All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I start passing the lesson, investment lesson, continuing the process, investing in several stocks that we have been discussing here across different market sectors, but focused on commodities, also in the forex market with our short position downgrading the US, the euro at 116, explaining the crash in commodities, namely Chesapeake Energy, Freeport-McMoRan and so on, Caterpillar and all the trade alerts live that I recorded, I give you here. Today you have new lows in the US dollar. I think this is rather important, 111 and a half, all right? So you move your trailing stops if you have been short the euro. But before I start, also with regards to certain trade alerts, positions, companies that meanwhile they announced earnings. And in fact, this is public. This is going to be public because I'm not going to say anything that is confidential. I'm going to start by referring here to a company here, SeaDrill. But before I start, in fact, referring to SeaDrill and Best Buy, the company that today reported earnings, I'm going to say that we changed the login system on the website. Since, for example, today there are news, if some of you have some knowledge with regards to the field of developers, there are several news today, security holes in the system for those websites that they use, for example, social login. We don't want to have security issues at all, okay? So far we never had any security issues, and we decided to implement a system that in our view it is very simple. Not only in our view, it is in fact the opinion of the market, is a leading system, and it works very well. So if you have for some reason problems, please let me know, since we implemented it and so far no one said anything negative with regards to this matter. So I've been implementing this and our objective is to help you to, for things to go smooth, and therefore no need for usernames, passwords, or even social login accounts, which today also, again, it is a security issue. Moreover, there are some companies, as you are aware, for example, we have many customers in that field, hedge funds and institutions, that they do not like social login, all right? So that was one of the reasons we are going to disconnect the social login on the website, and I agree with them, okay? For example, I don't have a Facebook account. I dislike social media, so I don't see any advantage on social media other than the company itself uses social media, but for other reasons, as you are aware. So we are going to start with SeaDrill. This stock pick, it is public on the website of the company. In fact, it started well before the case of Chesapeake Energy, recent one, which I recommended to sell short for the crash, a very large position sizing. And I'm referring to, hold on a second, because I hear, I have to monitor, the market at the same time. This is a bit complex. And so you find Chesapeake Energy is a stock trading at this price, $3.84. You find on the website and shared with you recently trade alerts on this company for the crash, $7.50. It corresponds in fact precisely to the top but you are going to know more, okay, in the lesson that has been passing on live streaming. Anyway, I'm going back to the case of SeaDrill to refer to this. I didn't forget about SeaDrill, okay? So SeaDrill, it has been one of our short positions. with also a specific price target. Okay, so what I said that was likely to happen in SeaDrill, it has been happening, and it was before the case of Chesapeake Energy. Okay, so I don't comment here every single day on the stocks that we discuss in the service. Okay, it is part of also your job to follow up what is happening in the markets and to understand, comprehend based on the coaching, the live coaching that we have here on live streaming, also those that they have, for example, the Yammer and so on. Having said this, today a company reported earnings, the case of Best Buy. We are going to publish a case study, one more in case of Best Buy. Today shares they are tanking. This was the expected scenario. So our most recent alert in Best Buy, if you refer to our history, trading Best Buy, investing in Best Buy for a long period of time, we never missed one single call. And last year in 2015, in fact, I created a lesson and I published that lesson, stock forecast, including earnings call for the entire year. So you go on Vimeo and that forecast is been available for a long period of time, when we recommend to sell shares at $41, saying that in our view there was no, or the upside to be very limited. And that fact, or that lesson which I created, not only constituted the top in Best Buy at that time, as well as coincided with several news. Again, what we call fraud, clear fraud in the US stock market. When on CNBC you had hundreds of articles saying that Best Buy was Best Buy, a really good buy, and several billionaires, Americans, they had long positions in Best Buy. We consider that, and we explained here last year in 2015, clear example of scam, one more, on CNBC, as well as I explained the case of GoPro. And I decided to record that stock forecast, including earnings call in Best Buy. Shares, they crashed down to $25.70, more or less. We issued here last year also a trade alert then in Best Buy to reduce or to cover short positions. Then Best Buy started bouncing, not only Best Buy, in fact several stocks in the market. For example, you had the case of Gap, a stock that bounced recently to $30 a couple of months ago, when I recommended to double or to triple the size of short positions in Gap with the price target $18. Since we downgraded this for the first time at 38, and then we downgraded to junk. So junk with a price target $18. So far Gap traded below $18, as you are aware of. Anyway, with regards to Best Buy is not Gap, okay, so completely different. We are not expecting Best Buy to crash. We will be surprised, for example, if this stock was $25 today. Nevertheless, my most recent alert during the course of 2016 was, if you had a long position in Best Buy, to sell shares at $34.58, okay? So by having shares at $30.25 today, live on the tape, at least you already saved some money, and we went with a short position in Best Buy. Not that it was a priority, because as you are aware, our priorities in this retail sector, they were different, other stocks, which I've been also addressing here. As an example, I repeat, of the case of Gap, that meanwhile crashed according to our expectations. This was not a priority, but nevertheless, again, good call on earnings, saving you money, and you are going to see also the live chart that we shared with subscribers. So I already had answered today the case of Best Buy, SeaDrill, just to go back to one of the stock picks that I discussed here. And now I'm going to refer also to the case of GoPro, the stock that you see on the right-hand side. Well, it happens that I already addressed this, in fact, also before. Recently this company reported earnings. We published the instructions ahead of earnings, in our opinion, what you should do. In my opinion, it was to carry or to have a short position in GoPro, or not to close the short position. So shares, they meanwhile they plunged. What we did here in GoPro, bear in mind that this started, I repeat, with the strong sell rate in GoPro, $95, and then discussing in detail, starting with the IPO, the basic trading course, GoPro, and betting that GoPro would fall all the way down to single digits. I always said this, I defended this, and I maintained the short position in GoPro all the way down to single digits. Well, it happens that, we discuss many stocks in the service, and quite frankly, GoPro today, it is not a priority for us, okay? Because what we were looking for in GoPro, we already achieved, okay? The stock trading at single digits, we already achieved, okay? So today there are other companies or other stocks that we are more interested in particular probably for the future, okay? So because we don't, when we invest in the markets or we trade, we are rarely interested in short-term trading or day trading, okay? So we are more interested in assuming positions in the markets and then making some adjustments if necessary, and then to wait to see what things how they go from there, and then to wait, all right, to wait, and if further adjustments are not necessary, then we maintain the position sometimes for a long period of time, as it has been the case with GoPro. This to say that maybe not the case with subscribers or all of them, but I closed the position in GoPro. I don't have any position in GoPro on the short side. Shares, after earnings, they fell down to below $9, and so, like I said before, that was what I was expecting, and I already said this last year, and it is not the first time that GoPro is trading at single digits. I didn't buy GoPro. I refuse to buy GoPro. I'm not interested to buy GoPro because of the reasons that I mentioned before. So if you want to buy GoPro, it is up to you. It is not of my particular interest. So far, you have never had, I repeat, a reason to close a short position in GoPro. Just because I close a short position does not mean that you have to close the short position. So this has to be clear, okay, or transparent to you. But my reason, or personal reason, is related to other factors that in fact is not related or concerned with GoPro, or what GoPro is going to do in the future. Is what I've been expecting for a long period of time, and more important, I would say, as a continuation of the investment process, the utilization of the profit involved in GoPro in other opportunities in the market or not, okay? So that is one of the reasons to use the profit obtained selling short GoPro long term in other opportunities in the market or not, okay? Or not, it means that we follow very strict rules in terms of capital management, and if we don't visualize